Okay, so if you haven't already noticed, all our enemies die in one hit, and that would be a pretty easy and simple game. So what I'm going to show you is how to make an enemy have more than one health bar. It's basically making multiple health bars in a game. It's similar to what we did with our object player, except instead of messing with the set health event, we're going to set a variable. And I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to go to our object UFO, and down here in the control tab you'll see these variables. It looks very similar to health, and it works very much in the same way. So right here we're going to set a variable, and we're just going to call it enemy. And since we want our object UFO to die in 2 hits, we'll just press 2, and we'll press OK. Unlike health, variables are not limited from 0 to 100. Health can go over 100, but when you draw a health bar, it'll only draw up to 100. So, we set our variable to 2, and then we're going to add another event. We're going to add a collision event with object bullet. Here we're going to set the variable enemy to -1, and we're going to check relative because we want to subtract 1 from our current variable. We'll press OK. And another thing, we're just going to go to the main 1 tab and drag destroy instance. Make sure you check other so it does not destroy the object UFO. We want to destroy the laser, so we'll check other. And we'll press OK. We'll press OK. And let's try that in our room. So we'll just wait for our UFOs to spawn. Oh, we didn't make what happens when it's below 0. So we'll go back to our object UFO, and then we'll add another event. Step. We'll go down to our control tab, and we'll do test variable. And all test variable does, it's saying if this variable is a certain number, then these actions will happen. It's very similar to the test instance count. So the variable we're doing is variable enemy, and we're going to test if the value is smaller than 1, and we'll press OK. And in the main 1 tab, we'll just put destroy self. We'll press OK. We'll test it out in our room. And now, unlike last time, if it'll spawn, it'll get destroyed in 2 hits. Okay, so before we move on, we're going to set the collision event with the object UFO. So we're going to go back to our object player, and we're going to right click object enemy, the collision event with that. And we're just going to duplicate this event and make another collision event with object UFO. And just like that, all the actions in the correct same order are copied over. So the next thing I want to do is make lives, and it's very similar to setting health, and it's also incredibly easy. So let's just start right now. We'll go to object count. We're going to add a create event, and in the score tab you'll see this section above health that says lives. We're going to set lives to 3. We'll press OK, and we'll press OK again. So here in our object player, in no more health, we're going to delete this destroy the instance event, and instead we're going to put set lives to -1. And since we want to subtract a life, we're going to check relative, and we'll press OK. So in order to keep this from subtracting 1 over and over again from our lives, we're going to have to set the health back to 100. So we're going to set the health right below the set lives, and we're just going to set it back to 100. And we'll press OK. So now basically every single time we run out of health, we'll lose a life and our health will go back to 100. We're going to add an event in the other, and it'll be no more lives. And in here, we're just going to put show high score, which is in the score tab again. This 1, 2, 3 show high score. This doesn't really matter, but you can edit it however you like. Press OK. And here in the main 2 tab, you'll see this thing that looks like 2 arrows spinning around each other. It says restart game, and we'll put that right there below the show high score. And we'll press OK. So now we're also going to want to display these lives. So we'll go to object count, and in the draw, we're going to go back to score. We're going to draw lives icon with life images. So we're going to drag that to actions. We're just going to set the X to 136, the Y to something arbitrary like 20. And then here you can select an image, and instead of showing the lives with a number, we're going to show them with an image. And when I show you in the game, you'll understand what that means. So we're going to go to image, and we're going to select sprite lives icon. We'll press OK. And we'll see how that looks in the room. You see it's directly below the health bar. And if I can get lose my health fast enough, our health goes back to 100 and we lose a life. And if I can lose all my lives, and you can see the high score table pops up, we'll press escape and the game restarts.